Hello, everyone, and welcome to GodSaw's Turnbuckle, the wrestling podcast I run over here on YouTube.com. And I wanted to come back with another episode of what I'm going to call GodSaw's Hot Takes. This is going to be more of my talking and more of an opinion-based thing on some kind of wrestling topic, which I've done a couple in the past, one over TV ratings and also one over the WWE draft on why I felt like the WWE draft failed at that point in time. Also with the TV ratings is like, does it really matter to you, the viewer? So this one is about the wrestling boom. So there have been talks a long time ago, especially back when Jeff Jarrett started Global Force Wrestling, or was attempting to start Global Force Wrestling, saying that a wrestling boom was coming, that another one was coming, and it was going to be coming soon. And honestly, there is some truth to that in the terms of a wrestling boom. And the terms, or basically what the wrestling boom ended out really being, wasn't a wrestling boom in the terms of new numbers of viewers and everything to go along with that. It was going to be the hottest thing out there again, just like it was during the Attitude Era, everything to go along with that. That's further from the truth at this point in time, especially if you've seen what the numbers are for WWE and AEW at this point in time on the major cable networks and on basically broadcast television to go along with it. So numbers wise, there's not been a wrestling boom, but content wise, oh, there has been a massive wrestling boom for everybody to watch. And you can even throw this down to WWE itself. If you look at WWE's weekly wrestling shows, there are a lot of them, by the way. So you have Raw and SmackDown. Those have been the normals and the mainstays. Obviously, there's NXT now as well. All three of those are on either cable or broadcast television. On normal cable and broadcast television. But also you have NXT UK, which is over on the WWE network, and they are still doing 205 Live as well. So that is 5 shows of wrestling in a week for people to watch, just under the WWE banner to go along with it. Not to even really go with the aspect that just on television, there's also AEW on Saturday, and that's on Wednesdays. Tuesdays, there's now going to be Impact Wrestling back on Access Television. Also on Access Television, they're still showing New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then they are also showing WOW Women of Wrestling to go along with it. There's also MLW that has some TV affiliate stations as well, that they actually have television. Also on certain syndicated television as well, you still have Ring of Honor because they're owned by the Sinclair, and they own a lot of different affiliated networks, so guess what? They end up on those stations as well. There's so much content. It was a content boom, not necessarily a boom in the terms of viewership and higher business, and even to a certain degree business itself, especially at least for the major promotions, that I would probably say would be AEW and WWE and New Japan at this point, though Impact, I guess, could get back up there if they really have that ability to. I mean, again, they're on Access TV and owned by Anthem, who owns Access to go along with it. So there is money there if they wanted to try it, or they have money to use to try to build it back up. But in the terms of, I guess, overall business, not really a boom, with the exception of the major companies to go along with it, but definitely a boom in the amount of content that you're getting in the wrestling side. And honestly, that's overall in general in television and entertainment in general. You have so much out there that is biting for your time to try to entertain you that it's almost impossible. Actually, it is impossible to keep up with everything that is major to go along with it. If you're a wrestling fan, you have so much to consume within a week, and this is just without a pay-per-view week to go along with it. You have also those potentials for pay-per-views with AEW, which is more likely going to be on Saturday nights, and then WWE, that's going to be always on their Sunday areas, and not to mention NXT takeovers, which may be on Saturdays as well. And that's going to be an interesting one to see whether or not they start running NXT takeovers the same night as AEW pay-per-views. That's going to be an interesting one down the line to go along with it as well. Like I said, the boom was not in the terms of viewership and overall business, though WWE is making gangbuster business at this point in time based off of their television deals and everything else, but it is based upon the amount of content. They really haven't upped the number of people that are watching professional wrestling, though you can kind of say that maybe there's new viewership with AEW because maybe not many people were ever really wanting to watch WWE, and they were kind of waiting for something coming back to, say, TNT or something like that to go along with it. So there's potential for new viewership there, but you can definitely tell WWE is not bringing in any new viewership. And all these other wrestling promotions are also biting for time as well. And it's absolutely insane to really look at the amount of content that is out there, and that content boomed massively and massively overnight as well. I mean, it's always kind of been out there, but if you really take a look at it, there is practically a wrestling show every single day on television. Every single day. If you have the ability to get to all of it, or if you have the ability to view all of it in general based off of your cable packages or based off of anything else, you have the ability to watch a wrestling show in some way, shape, or form every day. And here's the great thing about that as well. It's not even one style wrestling. All the different styles are out there with that one. You know, AEW is different from WWE, and WWE is different from all the other ones that go along with it. And then you also have New Japan, that's kind of their own deal and their own style of wrestling. If you're really going out there as well, and you're watching AAA a little bit more often over on Twitch, they have a different style of wrestling. There's a lot of different styles to watch, and it's actually kind of good if you're a wrestling fan. But guess what it's not doing? Bringing more people in. It's not doing that on that side of everything. Now, like I said, it'll be interesting to see if this boom in content brings more people in. Highly doubt it on that one. That's me being a little bit negative. I do like to look at the positive side on everything. But for the most part, based off of what I've seen from professional wrestling, obviously I enjoy it. That's me, though. That's me as an individual. As an overall public thing, it really hasn't, it really isn't that popular anymore. Now, don't get me wrong, on social media areas, on some of these wrestling shows, they are going to probably trend really well when their shows are airing live. So there is still some kind of popularity in professional wrestling. It's just not where it used to be, and I don't think it will ever get back to the point that it once was. And, it kind of is what it is. So when they were talking about a potential wrestling boom, especially when Jeff Jarrett brought it up back at the beginning of the GWF, GFW, sorry, Global Force Wrestling. When he brought it up then, he was right, but it was with content, not with viewership. So I guess in the terms of overall business, especially for larger companies, they're doing gangbusters right now. But some more of the independent ones aren't doing so well. Some of them are doing really well, and that's good, on their end. But most of them end out not doing that well. So overall, the wrestling boom was in the amount of content that you are going to be able to view and see, especially if you're a wrestling fan. Overall, for overall business, it's been up, but it's not booming the way I think a lot of people were really thinking that it was booming. So with that being said, that was kind of another little opinion piece and somewhat of a rant as well to go along with it. If you do enjoy my opinion pieces, do give a like, share, and subscribe. Again, I thank you guys for watching. Take care and have a great rest of your day.